I think children and older people understand the idea to seize the day. Neither hurry nor worry about time, but just thoroughly enjoy the moment. Somehow, on both ends of the spectrum, they've got it right, while we get our priorities all mixed up in the middle.
Welcome to Philosopher Insights, the podcast that delivers wisdom in minutes a day that you can put into practice daily and strive to master over a lifetime.
The podcast committed to sharing ideas that encourage you to bridge the gap between who you are today and the person you aspire to be in the future.
Hi, my name is Herb Lamba, and welcome to my podcast, where I will share practical insights from the world's best authors.
Knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is. The quest to become the best version of you starts right now.
Hi, and welcome to Philosopher Insights. My name is Herb Lamba. Today we're taking a look at Live Life in Crescendo. Your most important work is always ahead of you. The author of this book is Stephen R. Covey, and it's published back in 2022. I want to share a number of my favorite insights from this book, starting with Keep First Things First, Love of Service, No Roots, No Fruits, John Wooden, Carpe Diem Attitude, Keep Your Momentum, and finish it off with a closing thought. So let's start with the introduction. Quote, how do you see the many ages and stages of your life as you progress through them? How will you respond to your own unique journey in life? I believe it's crucial to make a life plan for how you will handle the highs and lows of living, the doldrums, the successes, the unexpected challenges, and the vast changes you most likely will face. It is important to create your best future before you actually live it. This book will introduce the crescendo mentality of thinking in any stage of life. Living in crescendo is a mindset and a principle of action. It's a unique perspective of approaching life through making contributions to others and always looking at what's ahead for you to accomplish. It redefines success from how society usually measures it. If you adopt the crescendo mentality, I believe it can make an enormous difference in your life, to those around you, and even throughout the world. In music, crescendo means to continually swell and grow in grandeur, and to increase in energy, volume, and vigor. Diminuendo means exactly the opposite. The music is lessening in volume and power, lowering in energy, backing away. Living in diminuendo means that you don't seek to stretch, grow, and learn anymore. You're content to rely on what you've already accomplished, and eventually you stop producing or contributing. Living your life in crescendo means continually growing in contribution, learning, and influence. The mindset that your most important work is always ahead of you is an optimistic, forward-thinking mentality that teaches you can always contribute regardless of what's happened to you or what stage you're in. This mentality is not a one-and-you're-done event, but over a lifetime becomes a rich and proactive part of who you are. End quote. That is from the introduction of Stephen R. Covey's final book before his untimely death following a bicycle accident in 2012. This book is co-written with his daughter Cynthia Covey Haller and published posthumously. I love Covey's idea of living life in crescendo. The crescendo mentality encourages us to use our time, talent, skills, resources, passion, money, and influence to make a positive impact on the world around us, from our family and neighbors to our community and beyond. Let's all strive to live life in crescendo. I'm thrilled to share with you an amazing read that's divided into 4 distinct parts, each offering unique and valuable insights. We start with the midlife struggle, where we explore common challenges faced during the pivotal time in life. Then we move on to the pinnacle of success, where we get to bask in the glow of our accomplishments. Of course, life isn't all sunshine and rainbows, which is why the author dedicated a section to life-changing setbacks. And finally, we arrive at the second half of life, where we're reminded that it's never too late to pursue your dreams. I am excited to share some of my favorite insights with you. Let's dive in. Insight number 1, keep first things first. Quote, I have often taught that you don't want to get to the end of your life and realize the ladder to success you've been climbing is leaning against the wrong wall. You must take the responsibility and initiative to decide what you value and prioritize around the most important things. That is, those things that truly matter in the long run. The crescendo mentality promotes the idea that it's never too late to begin, regardless of your age or stage, even if you've never succeeded before. Though you may be struggling and feel like you are losing the midlife battle, It is entirely within your power to change. Many people feel pulled in too many directions during this period of life and must fight to stay in line with priorities they value. There is so much pressure to excel in a career, to achieve success as the world views it, to do it all by a certain age or stage, that it pulls at and distorts those things that truly matter most in life." End quote. As we journey through life, it's all too easy to get caught up in the pursuit of success and external validation. We focus on climbing the ladder, accumulating accolades and material possessions, without stopping to question whether this is truly what we want or need. What's worse, when we often don't realize until it's too late that we've been climbing the wrong ladder all along. By embracing the crescendo mentality, we can refocus on the things that bring us joy and fulfillment, such as spending time with loved ones, pursuing hobbies, and making a positive impact on the world around us. So, let's take a step back, reevaluate our priorities, and start living a life of purpose and passion. Insight number 2, love of service. Quote, "The love of serving others is a core characteristic of living in crescendo. Whatever stage of life they're in, people who serve look outside themselves and see needs they can meet. Though ordinary and seemingly unimportant, our small, good deeds can spring into something worthwhile for someone else. Doing small acts of service is much like planting a mustard seed. The mustard seed is so tiny you can hardly see it. Yet when planted and grown, it becomes the greatest herb of all. A mustard seed eventually grows into an enormous tree, so large birds come to lodge in its branches. So it is with opportunities to serve." End quote. If you're feeling stuck in the midlife stage and waiting for a positive change to happen, here's a little tip that can help. Forget about yourself and your problems for a while, and go out and serve someone else. By helping others, even in small ways, you can make a positive impact on their lives and lift their spirits. And guess what? You'll also find that your own load feels lighter as a result. That's called a win-win. Insight number 3, no roots, no fruits. Quote, "Believing in the unseen potential of another person is analogous to planting a bamboo tree. In China, those who plant such trees see absolutely nothing for 4 years. Nothing above the ground except a tiny bulb and shoot. All growth during the first 4 years goes in building the root structure. But incredibly, in the 5th year the plant grows to 80 feet. Without the roots, we don't get the fruits. The fruits of affirming another person and believing in their unseen potential, following from enabling the roots to grow deep into the ground and form a solid foundation. Only then, and this may take years like the bamboo tree, do the roots produce the fruits." End quote. Wow. I have to say, the Chinese bamboo tree analogy is seriously one of the most powerful success analogies out there. It's incredible to think about how much patience and dedication is needed to grow this magnificent plant. Stephen Covey focuses on the foundation building perspective. But when you look at the sheer persistence required to grow a Chinese bamboo tree, it's a whole other level. I mean, we're talking about watering this plant every single day for 4 years before you see any real growth. Just imagine seeing someone watering an area of soil day after day, month after month, and year after year. People might start thinking they're a little crazy, right? But the truth is, achieving success in life requires that same level of commitment and persistence. Unfortunately, most people give up on their dreams after just a few naysayers try to bring them down. Insight number 4, John Wooden. Quote, "Without a doubt, Coach Wooden reached the pinnacle of success in the basketball arena, but the role that meant the most to him was that of teaching to others. He believed his highest calling was to teach his players not just to become great basketball players, but to be men of character. Wooden spent more than a third of his life involved in meaningful work after his incredible coaching career ended, his own pinnacle of success. Unbelievably, until he was 96, he was still going strong, living life in crescendo, writing books, giving between 20 and 30 speeches a year, as well as making himself available to many of his players' friends and admirers." End quote. Here's a powerful quote from the legend himself. "There is nothing you know that you haven't learned from someone else. Everything in the world has been passed down. If you truly understand it as I do, mentoring becomes your true legacy. It is the greatest inheritance you can give to others. It is why you get up every day, to teach and be taught. It's hard to put into words just how remarkable of a person John Wooden was. ESPN even hailed him as the greatest coach of the 20th century, with some considering him the best coach of all time. During his tenure as the head coach of UCLA's basketball team, Wooden led his players to an unprecedented 10 NCAA championships in just 12 years, all while maintaining an 88-game winning streak. The man was a true legend in his field and left an indelible mark on the sport of basketball. John Wooden, the legendary basketball coach, had a unique definition of success that transcended the scoreboard. For him, success wasn't just about winning, but rather it was a product of attitude and preparation. He firmly believed that true success was achieved by giving it your all and striving to be the best version of yourself. In his words, success meant making your best effort of which you are capable. He emphasized the importance of character over reputation. He believed that your character was your true self, whereas your reputation was merely how others perceived you. As such, Wooden urged his players to focus on building their character, rather than worrying about what others thought of them. It's no wonder why Wooden's teachings have had such a profound impact on the world of sports and beyond. Insight number 5, Carpe Diem attitude. Quote, in our family, we would call out Carpe Diem when one of us had a chance to do or learn something different, or try a new and challenging task. Our parents encouraged us to take full advantage of a great opportunity, to suck the marrow out of life, as Thoreau put it, and to do everything within our power to make it happen. I think children and older people understand the idea to seize the day. Neither hurry nor worry about time, but just thoroughly enjoy the moment. Have you ever seen a child walking on the curb trying to balance while their mother is frantically trying to get into the store? The child is enjoying the moment, reveling in the challenge, totally unaware of the time or schedule their mother believes is so important to keep. And if you talk to an older person while you're sitting on the porch in a store or at a church, they're absolutely in no hurry at all. They want you to linger and talk with them, to listen to their new joke or story. Somehow, on both ends of the spectrum, they've got it right, while we get our priorities all mixed up in the middle. End quote. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to become overwhelmed and stressed about time constraints and schedules. However, the concept of Carpe Diem encourages us to slow down and savor each moment, to be present in the here and now, and to enjoy every experience that life has to offer. During the Optimized Coach program, we delved deep into the concept of Carpe Diem, or seizing the day. However, what we discovered was even more powerful, Carpe Punctum. This idea suggests that we should not only focus on seizing the day, but also on seizing each and every moment that we are presented with. Carpe Punctum is a powerful concept because it encourages us to be fully present in every moment, to engage with life in a meaningful and intentional way. By doing so, we become more mindful, more self-aware, and more connected to the world around us. So the next time you find yourself going through the motions, remember to seize the moment and embrace the opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Insight number 6, keep your momentum. Quote, in my book, The Third Alternative, I included a quote from Dr. Hans Selye's The Stress of Life that is most insightful concerning retirement and the consequences that follow. With advancing years, most people require increasingly more rest, but the process of aging does not progress at the same speed for everybody. Many a valuable person who could still have given several years of useful work to society has been made physically ill and prematurely senile by the enforced retirement at an age when his requirements and abilities for activity were still high. This psychosomatic illness is so common that it has been given a name, retirement disease. Dr. Selye believed that people who are looking for a tensionless state actually have a shorter lifespan because life is sustained by eustress, the tension between where we are now and where we want to be, reaching for some goal that inspires. End quote. According to Covey, it's perfectly acceptable to retire from a job, but it's important that we don't retire from making a meaningful contribution to life. He proposes a new way of looking at retirement through the lens of the crescendo paradigm. In the crescendo paradigm, retirement is not seen as an end, but rather as a new beginning. It's a conscious choice to move from life dominated by work and career to a life focused on making a meaningful contribution to society. This can take many forms, such as volunteering, mentoring, or pursuing a passion project. Quote, "Can you imagine if everyone who retired from their profession looked around to contribute and willingly shared what had taken them a lifetime to acquire? If you consciously choose to live in Crescendo and believe you have more to learn, to contribute, to do, what a difference you could make in the years ahead." End quote. It's so true. The impact of everyone who retired from their profession looking around to contribute and share their expertise would be tremendous. In fact, it's something that can truly change the world for the better. Retirement is often seen as a time to slow down and relax, but it can also be a time to give back and share the knowledge and skills acquired over a lifetime. By choosing to live in Crescendo, we are actively seeking out opportunities to learn and grow, and we are also open to sharing our knowledge and expertise with other people. Insight number 7, closing thought. Quote, "So what will you choose? To retire or renew? Live in Crescendo or diminuendo? If you renew, you can deny old stereotypes and capitalize on the benefits and advantages in this great time of opportunity in your life, when you have so many more options. Plan ahead so you can make this stage productive, a time of contribution, excitement, change, transition, as well as a time of enjoyment. You've experienced so much of life already, but now keep being curious and see what you can accomplish. I believe the most important legacy I can leave is to be an example of someone who is consistently making a difference in the world. Believe that you can make a difference and dare yourself to bring it about. It's in your hands. It's up to you to make it happen. What will you be remembered for? What legacy will you leave behind? Begin now to adopt the Crescendo mentality. Consciously work to make this period of your life a time of contribution and move from success to significance." End quote. When we live our lives with intention and strive to make a positive impact on the world around us, we feel a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction that cannot be found in simply pursuing material wealth or personal pleasures. Living a life of significance also allows us to leave a lasting legacy. When we focus on making a positive impact on the world, we are creating a ripple effect that can last long after we're gone. Our actions can inspire others to make a difference, and our contributions can have a tangible impact on the lives of those around us. This book is filled with inspiring stories that effectively drive home important points. If you're looking for a meaningful read that can inspire you to live a life of purpose and make a positive impact on the world around you, I highly recommend picking up a copy of this book. You won't be disappointed. You've been listening to Philosopher Insights with your host, Herb Lamba. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To go deeper with me, you can register for free at www.philosopherinsights.com for instant access to a growing library of Philosopher Insights, which are 8 to 10 page PDFs plus 20-minute MP3s that break down my favorite insights from the world's best personal development books. To catch all the latest from me, you can follow me on Facebook at Optimal Herb. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.